Hi, I'm Roger, and this is actually the other side of the shop. We don't usually see this side too much. I want to talk a little bit about the Dewalt compressor here. Originally, when I bought this a couple months ago, actually several months ago now, the intent was to put this into a building that I was going to build out behind the shop here, so that it would not only take up space in here, it would I wouldn't have to listen to the noise when it was running. But with everything that was going on with our nursery business and the greenhouses and the shipping, never had time to do that. And now that I did get time to do it, there's a shortage of treated lumber due to the COVID-19 thing. So I thought, well, that can hold. I'll maybe do it this fall. Well, today I had a project where I needed to use my air impacts and such, and my little Porter cable pancake compressor that I use for air nailers and such just won't handle that. So I actually had to get this thing hooked up. And I made some mods onto the side, which I'll show you here in a minute. But I'm surprised how quiet this is once I got it up and running. It's way quieter than that little Porter cable pancake compressor. It's even quieter than my old 1976 vintage Craftsman air compressor that has kind of gone by the wayside. I sold that, so couldn't use that today. I was kind of wishing I hadn't sold it yet. Anyway, I'll get the camera here and I'll show you some of the mods we did, and for the takeoff, and added some filters to it and a regulator. Mostly stuff I already had laying around, but I did have to buy a few items. If you're looking at the plumbing fittings, some are new, some are old, some are really old, and some are shiny and some are not. But they all work and nothing leaks. So let me grab the camera here and I'll show you what we did. Okay, so exactly what did I do? If you watched the previous video, you saw that I already had this wired with some bus drop cable. And I took it all the way down here, put an end on it, and made an extension cord so I could reach over to my other 240 volt outlet. That's a 12 gauge cord, so don't be panicking. It more than handles the load here. So what did I do? Okay, over here on this side, get over here. Things are a little tight in here, of course, because we have limited space. What you see here is I had some scrap aluminum plate. This actually was the aluminum plate was actually a cover for some switch gear from back when I was an electrician that they were tossing, so I kept it because I'm somewhat of a hoarder. And we have a filter on the end. Then we have somewhat of a water separator or regulator. And then off the end of that, I put two outlets, air outlets. And panning on down here, I put a hook there so I could hang a hose on it. Where I came out of the side of the compressor, come out with a 90, come down to a valve. It's handy to have a valve if you ever need to work on something. Then I added a T, and from that T goes off to the side as a little jumper hose that runs up and goes into the first filter. And of course there it follows through with everything. And below the T then, I added a triple outlet manifold. And, well, no leaks. And I'm glad of that. Like I said, some of the stuff's new, some of it's old, some of it's really old, but it all works. So maybe this will give you an idea of something you want to do with your compressor. I'll show you how this plate is held onto the frame. Okay, what you see here is called a beam clamp in the electrical trade, and actually plumbers use them too. This 1/4-inch beam clamp, and it's clamped to the frame of the compressor, and it has a 1/4-20 hole in the other end, and that's what the plate is mounted to. Okay, hoping you got a little bit of something out of that. If you've got one of these or something similar and you want to set up something self-contained like this with the regulators and the filter and everything right on the side, maybe this will give you some ideas. Obviously it's not for everyone, and everybody has their own method and their own ideas of what they want to do, but this is what I did and it has worked out well. It got a real good test today, as I had to take the loader off the front of our tractor, just to change the battery. So you got, normally, you know, changing a battery in a tractor is a 15-20 minute job. This took me 4 hours. At any rate, hope you got something out of this again, and if you liked it, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Of course, we're always looking for subscribers. If you hit that bell at the next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified when we post another video. Otherwise, until the next video, thanks for watching.